Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. We'll be doing your early week full reading today, so you can choose from groups 1, group 2 or group 3, rose quartz, clear quartz or amethyst. Take a moment to see which one resonates and I'll be back with your reading. Welcome back group 1. If you've selected the rose quartz, then this is your reading. Okay, so the primary card in this read in the center of the spread is the card of psychic skills. So this is my magical abilities card. I have 2 of them in the deck. So this tells me that you have magical abilities. So that could be that you're very intuitive, you have great gut instincts, you're clairvoyant, or you have dreams, prophetic dreams, or you're a card reader yourself. It can also mean that you're a good healer. You, just generally being around you is healing to other people. It could mean that you actually do work in a healing field, but it's some kind of psychic skills or some kind of magical abilities is what it's saying. Now it can also say that it's asking you this week to work on your magic abilities. So use your magical abilities to help you through whatever's going in your life this week. Just pull in the energies of this card, this reading, this spread for you. Okay. Now what I've got here is that I feel like you've been putting things into place. So you've been working on something, things are starting to come together, and it's like you're getting a bit of a routine going. So there has been a change to the routine in the past. It's something that you've been working towards, but things are starting to line up. So whether that routine's starting to form or things are starting to fall into place for you now, for whatever this is that's lined up. I feel like you've been very carefully, meticulously is what the word they're giving me, taking the time to line things up or do things a certain way. It could even be that you're creating something and you've been very meticulous is what I'm seeing. It's like you've been very careful. I see you putting things here. This is not for everybody. It could be just for some people. I see you being very careful about you're taking your time, and you're really taking your time on how you're doing this. And as you're putting this here because it belongs here, and it's like you're being very careful and you're being very cautious with what you're doing. But it's like you've got this goal in mind or this outcome in mind, and you're wanting it to be perfect, and it's like that kind of Virgo energy. But I feel like it's like you're working very hard on putting, but it's coming to a point now where it's starting to fruition, or it's starting to fall into place is what I'm getting. So it's starting to line up, you're starting to see results from it now. But okay, and it's be seen. So the card that we've got here is all lined up. Everything falling into place. You're starting to see the wheels in motion now. This is a card here of cautious. So for some of you, it means that you need to be cautious in whatever it is that you're doing. It's just a sense of caution. For some people, it can be someone looking over your back, but I'm not quite getting that as a strong feeling for you. I'm getting it more of the meticulous, being very careful how you do things. It's like I feel you're the one that's being very careful. It's not saying to you, be cautious about doing this or be cautious about going there. The feeling that I'm getting is that you're being very careful. You've got a certain idea in your mind, and it's like you're being very careful how you put things together or how you do things. That's what I feel about you. Or as a sense, you've got that Virgo energy or that perfectionism, or I feel like for some of you, or it feels like you're just taking your time getting things right is what I'm seeing from these cards. Now here it's called be seen. So that's what it's about how things are seen. So you want it to be seen perfect. It's like you could be holding it back until it's perfect, until the world sees it that way. For the person that I'm seeing is like creating or being very careful about how it's done. It's like you're holding it back to be presented, to be seen by the world when it's perfect. It's like when you feel like it's perfect, that's when you'll put it out there to the world. For some of you, I just feel like it's that energy of perfectionism and having everything lined up. So here, everything's in a row. So for some of you, OCD as well. It could be people with OCD. But it feels like, it's that feeling of you making sure, like I line my cards up, and I'm not OCD, but I do sometimes like to line them up. Sometimes they fall messily and I'll read them that way, but generally when I lay them, I just like them lined up. But that's what I'm getting a sense of with some of you as well. It's like you like things neat and lined up and organised is what I'm getting from you around you. Now, that's not for everybody, that's just for some of you, but it's some level of caution or being careful or meticulous is what I'm seeing around you. The word that I'm hearing for you is meticulous. Okay, and it's like how it's that feeling of how you're seen by the world. perhaps people see you as perfect, or everything in your life just seems to be lined up and looking perfect as well. That could be one way to read that as well for some of you. Now I'm also seeing you, okay, here we go, down here on the people coming back to with the psychic skills or the magical abilities. Right next to that, it's saying looking at the other side. So I'm feeling like what I'm getting here is a feeling of working with the other side. So it could be like medium abilities, where we're talking about that magical gift that you've got. For some of you, it could be medium abilities. So I feel like it's like you're looking on the other side. You're looking into woo-woo things like ascension, or raising your vibration, or you're looking into, you know, working with your spirit team on the other side, or you're actually communicating with people from the other side. So mediumship abilities is your magical skill. That's not everybody. Not everybody has medium abilities. So yeah, but what I'm feeling here is your magical abilities could definitely be helping people. It could actually be helping people find things as well, or find missing people. But I feel like, yeah, that's because it's that searching card right next to the magical abilities. And then beside that, there's a card of teamwork. So it's like support is needed. So either you provide support to people with your magical abilities, and that brings me back to the people that are healers, and just by being around you, you can heal people, or your energy makes people feel good, or it uplifts them. So that you may not even believe in any of this, and most of you would be coming here for readings, but I feel like there's a sense of being around people. They tend to, from your energy, they can be uplifted and they can feel good, but it's a sense of also here is teamwork. There's something about teamwork going on as well. So perhaps you're working with other people in the magic abilities or in the healing arena, or with other people, but it's saying there's some kind of teamwork going on here. This is a card of the teamwork. So that's our teamwork card on this next line, next to the magical abilities card, next to the card of searching, looking for something. And it could also be, and it doesn't have to be just working on the other side, it's perhaps you're looking for your gifts as well. For some of you, because we're right next to the magical abilities card, it could be that you're looking for what your gift is, and in that case it's telling me that support's needed. Maybe you could do some course, or join a group or a circle. It's like some kind of working with other people, or information from other people is going to be beneficial to you, and it's going to be very helpful to you. So yeah, that's for some people that I'm getting here. Now here on the bottom line, I'm feeling there's a sense of letting go of something, or rising up. So here's our card of letting go. On the other side to that is the card of, it's the death card in the tarot, which I call that harvest. It's also called, and harvest could just mean you've got something to a state that it's finished or completed, and you're ready to move on to the next stage, or the next cycle, or the next thing in your life. But it's a sense of completion is there. There's some kind of sense of completion, and especially since you're letting something go, it's a sense of there's been a completion, and it's been successful. And here we've got the successful card. So something has been successful. It's come to its completion now, or perhaps the planning, or everything they've put in that stage where you've had to work really hard to get it to that stage, that's come to an end. So that's kind of a completion stage there. It's some kind, but there's definitely success there, and it's coming to an end. It's been completed, or it's successful. So what I'm seeing for that is that it's at its natural end, or it's a stage of completion or success. So that part of your life has been successful, but now we're moving into a different stage. Because it's the end card, I'm not seeing what's coming up next. All I'm seeing is that something in your life is being completed, or we're ending it. So it's coming to its end of its cycle. The cycle of that is completed. So it's like you're moving into a different cycle. And I feel like what I'm seeing is like planets going around the sun. So it's like, and that's telling me cycles. So it's saying that, yeah, we've come to a natural end of a cycle, and we're moving into something else. Now, for some of you, especially those people that are gifted or into mediumship, which I said we're looking at mediumship down the bottom, I'm also seeing down here a feeling of somebody passing over, and it's that sense of being able to communicate with somebody passed over, because we've got the death card here, and I've got my card of letting go here, which is also saying goodbye to somebody that's recently passed over. For some of you, it could be that ability or something you're going to be very successful at will be working with people that have crossed over, or helping people cross over, or bringing back messages from people that are on the other side to help the loved ones here, to support them and help them in that way. So yeah, it's been quite a spiritual reading for you, group 1. But yeah, if I can pull in something, if I had to say on a practical level, for those of you that are not into the spiritual or don't want to use your magical abilities, on a practical level, the energies here is saying it's you looking for your skills. Perhaps you need to work with somebody else to learn new skills from. It's saying, yeah, it's like you being meticulous and building up this and getting it perfect, trying to get new skills or gaining new skills out of this situation, working with a group of people or working with somebody else in this area. And it's like letting go to a certain area in the past. Perhaps it's a job that you're now moving into a new job, but it's something that's come to an end and you're moving to something else. It's either saying that you were very successful in that field, but it's now you're feeling a time for a change or a time for a challenge and you're looking for something new, or it's saying that what it is that you're coming up to is going to be very successful. That's what I'm getting for you on a practical, physical level. So thank you for joining me, group 1. I will see you again at the end of the week for your express reading. Back, group 2. If you've selected the clear quartz, then this reading is for you. Okay, this is a group reading, not a one-on-one, so it's going to resonate differently for different people, and it will fit into different parts of your life for different people. Okay, I'm going to give you the overall energies of the spread, and perhaps different messages will come through for different people, but you can see how that fits with you. So let me see what I can pull out for you, group 2. Okay, so the centerpiece for this spread is called the card of slow down. So it's saying stop rushing. We've got here the snail card and stop rushing. Now right beside that I'm seeing the card of the time wasting right next to it. But what I'm seeing that for you is that the days seem to go by very fast, and the days go by very fast because if you're a busy person and you've got a lot on, it's like you're so busy that the day's just gone before you know it. Time goes really fast when you're really busy. You think about when you're on holidays, which sometimes this can be a holiday for me, this card. So for some of you it could mean that it's time to take a holiday. You need a break, you need to take a holiday and slow your energy down a little bit, because this is sometimes here is the card of holiday as well. So I have to pull back to that energy. So when you think about when you're on holidays, how the days go by so slowly, it's because you're rested and you're really slow and you're not rushed and having this responsibility to do and that to do, and you're not rushing around trying to get everything done. So what it's asking you is to take notice of your days or how fast things seem to be going, but it's saying you need to slow down. Perhaps you need to take a break or a holiday, or it's to put yourself in that mode where the days aren't flying by or everything's not rushing by on you, is what I'm seeing here for you. Now, I'm also seeing there's a situation in your life that you need to walk away from. Now, it doesn't mean, not all of you, it's not saying a relationship you're walking away from, but the ones that I am seeing, it's a relationship you're walking away from. It's because that person's either been maybe narcissistic or over-dominating, overbearing. That's not for everyone. I'm not feeling that through very strongly, but I feel like somebody has perhaps been a diva in the relationship. So what I'm getting here, so first of all, I'm getting the card of walk away, and I will show you what it means for the people that are not walking away from a relationship. The card of being cautious. So it's saying when you're walking, whatever it is that you're turning your back on, you need to be there's some level of caution that needs to be involved in this. So it's some level of caution, something that you need to make sure that you're done or you've completed or you've covered yourself in some way before you just walk away from it. So it's not just saying drop your tools and walk away. It's saying you need to try and be cautious and cover yourself before you walk away. Now this here is the card, it's called perform. So it's about you getting the limelight, or you standing in your own light, and not being afraid to light up the world and show your own light. But it also shows me a diva, so somebody with a diva type personality. So perhaps it could be you're a diva personality and you need to shine. Somebody has been extinguishing your light, so perhaps you're walking away from that. For some of you, it could be that the person that you're thinking about walking away from is somebody being very strong, diva type energy. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It can be somebody around work. It can be a friend. Doesn't doesn't necessarily have to be a love soul connection relationship either. It's just somebody around you that's quite overbearing or has such a big massive personality, diva type personality is what I'm getting. It's like you're walking away from that. So yeah, I'm trying to see how it fits in with the one below. Now, it's because we're in the first sentence, we're saying you're walking away from something. In the second sentence, we're slowing down. We're perhaps taking a break, or we're taking a holiday. But it's like, yeah, it's like you've been living a really fast-paced life up here. Because when you think about the rock star and the pace of life that they have, it's like they're always on tour, they're busy, they're working all the time. It's like quite a busy paced life of a rock star, and it's like you're needing to take a break because life's just getting away from you. So perhaps it's saying for some of you it's not about the diva personality, it's about that kind of lifestyle that's very high paced, and it's like time for you need to try and slow down and take a break. I'm not saying that it's a health related thing here, but I'm saying it's a thing for your own good. It's the sense of slowing time down because time goes by so fast. It's that feel of just slowing down. I've also got the successful card here. This is what I sometimes call a holiday card. It's also about being successful. So perhaps it's been you've had perhaps the work that you do is quite a successful work. You're busy all the time, and it's saying that you need to slow it down a little bit. Slow that down, and perhaps the caution card could just be that it's a caution card for you, for your own good, to say that you need to slow things down a little bit, because I'm getting the cards here about walking away from something, that busy kind of life, that rushed lifestyle or that hectic lifestyle. You're needing to slow that down in some way, and pull your energies back from that, walk away from that lifestyle for a little bit. It may not be putting an end to it completely. Could be because I've got the death card right below it. So it could actually be that lifestyle is coming to an end. So that lifestyle you've had that's been fast-paced, high energy, very demanding on your brain, very demanding on your body, it's saying that energy is coming to an end. It's like that's coming to an end. It's like you're coming up into, you're either retraining for something else. So this is where I'm pulling in people to do with work now. So where you're either retraining or getting more skills. So this is more information. So it's either you're pulling in more skills or more you're looking for something, you're getting more information on something else, a new pathway perhaps, a new job, new skills, or it's you're leveling up your skill base, you're learning, you're doing some kind of course or some kind of training, but it's already saying that that's in motion. So whatever that is, it's in motion. So I feel like that is going to be not quite as hectic as where it has been. For some of you, it could be that you're ending the situation that you're in and you're going into a very fast-paced, successful energy, like it's going to just explode. Whatever it is that you're doing is going to be, you're going to be in high demand, which means it's going to make you very busy, and you've got to remember to pull your energy back sometimes and holiday and take breaks. But for a lot of you, I'm quite seeing the energy of this card is saying that you're walking away from that lifestyle. Up the top, it's saying you're walking away from that lifestyle, that fast-paced, lots of burdens, lots of responsibilities, high demand, that lifestyle. It's like you're walking away from that kind of energy. It's coming to an end, and the wheels are already in motion for you to learn new skills, go into a new area, but I feel like it's going to be a much more calmer area. It's going to be more blissful, more balanced is what I'm getting. So it's like an energy of breathing, like I've just breathed, I've just taken a breath. So where I've been talking very fast, I talk very fast when the messages come through very quickly. I also talk very fast when the energy is high-paced. So if your energy is high-paced, then I talk very fast. For some people, I talk slow, and that's because your energy is a lot slower, or it's just related to that kind of energy. But what I'm getting is where I took that breath, where I was just blah, 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 going on and on and on non-stop, and then I've taken a breath. So that's what it's telling me. That's relaying to me that you need to take a breath. You need to take a breather. So it's like you need to pull your energies back from that high pace or that busyness that you've been around, and you need to pull that energy back, and you need to take a breath. You need to definitely, I would advise taking a holiday. I mean, holiday sounds beautiful, but it's saying that you're really needing that slower energy. If you can't get a holiday right now, then it's telling you to get outside and look at the stars. So go out in the night air, the night sky when it's peaceful, it's quiet, you're alone, and look at the stars. and slow your energy right down that way. So you need to find some form of slowing yourself down. It's like it's telling you to slow down, but it is telling me that the thoughts or the ideas are already in motion for you, and this thing's already coming to an end. This high paced life, it's like you're already starting to get annoyed by it, and it's already you're already feeling that you want to change, or you want some more balance, or you want some more me time is what I'm getting. So you're already feeling that. I don't think that's new to you, but I feel like you're already putting things in motion to do something new, or to to get new skills or go a different direction. So thank you for joining me, Group 2. I'll be back again at the end of the week for your express reading. Welcome back, Group 3. Thank you for joining me. If you've selected the amethyst, then this reading is for you. Okay, this is a group reading, not a one-on-one, so the energies are going to be different for everybody. It's going to resonate differently in different ways. I'm going to give you the overall energy of the spread and pull through different messages for different people, but we'll see how that goes for you. So hopefully this resonates with you. Okay, first of all, I'm seeing primarily in the center of the spread is either a decision, because this is a split mind. So it's called split mind, but it's about being in two minds about something, or it's about making a decision. It also tells me about mental illness as well. Talks to me, and I'm talking about mental illness because the next I've got the challenge, hurdles, balance, the challenge card. It's about the obstacles that's in your way, and that again tells me that there's a feeling like a mental fight with going on inside your brain. So it's like in your mind, it's like you're having some kind of mental struggle. Now, you could be downing yourself, it could be a lot of negative self-talk going on there, or it could be an actual mental illness such as depression, anxiety, or some of the bigger ones, some of the bigger mental illnesses. But I'm feeling like, there's a need for self-love and compassion here. It's a sense of you needing love and compassion is what I'm feeling, in this. This energy is quite hard for you mentally. And above that, I'm also getting, what I'm feeling for you, it's a slow energy. It's a feeling of, I'm wiping my brow here. So it feels like, I just feel like I want somebody just to touch my head. It's like I just, like when you're a baby or a child and somebody just strokes your head. That's the sense that I'm feeling for you. It's like you're needing that compassion, you're needing that love, you're needing that somebody just to, touch your head and say everything's going to be okay is what I'm getting. And right above that is the card of the head. I'm seeing the head here, and it's like the nesting going on in the head, which again is telling me nesting. So when you're a child, and like the egg is a child, the baby, so and that's what it's giving me, the feeling of when you're a child, and that somebody just either holds your hand or touches your head and says everything's going to be okay. So that's the sense of the feeling that I'm bringing in for these cards for some people. Right next to that is the card of healing. So some kind of healing is required. So in that way, it's that sense of love. It's that sense of the healing is going to take form in the form of love. You're feeling lonely. I feel like it's a sense of loneliness is what I'm picking up around you, that feeling of loneliness. I see here the card here of controlling. It's called controlling, but what I'm seeing is it's like you're sitting there by yourself. There's people behind you, but you're feeling you're not kind of associated with them. I feel like you're away from them in some way. It's like maybe you're on the outside. You're not in the clique, or it's you feeling alone. You're feeling alone. So maybe you're feeling like what's going on in your head is I'm getting a few things here. So what's going on in your head is isolating you or making you feel alone. It's also a feeling of, it could be all in your head actually. It could be that feeling of you not being incorporated or included. Could just be your outlook on the way you're looking at things. It may be in your head. It may not be. I mean, if you put yourself out there, or that healing, I feel like the healing comes from other people. It comes from being around other people. But I feel like there's a sense of isolation, or a sense of, and it could be self-inflicted isolation. You feel like a feeling of not belonging, like a sense of not belonging. So maybe that's an outlook that you need to work on in order for you to move forward through this. But I hope I've covered everything that's coming out here. The sense that I'm getting is that there's healing required, something to do within your head. So again, we've got the head card, we've got the mind split card, we've got the challenges card, which brings it's about mental illness. So I feel like it is a great deal in your head. So whether the feelings that you're getting, where you're feeling alone, you're feeling like you're isolated, or you're ostracized could be a word. It's that feeling of not belonging or not fitting in somewhere. That could be in your head, but it's a feeling that I'm feeling for you. I'm feeling for you. So whether it's the case or not, it's like that's what I'm feeling. You're feeling is how I'm going to say it. That's the feeling that I'm feeling that you're feeling, whether that's the case or not. Okay, so what else is coming up around here? Okay, but I do feel like, yeah, it's that feeling of needing love or needing connection with other people. I feel like that's going to be your way out, is that that connection. Down the bottom here, I've got the card of walk away. So it's like a walking away. Now, is it you walking away from society or giving up thinking, well, I don't fit in any way, so I'm not going to try. It's that, or what are you walking away from here? Now, it's going to be different for everybody. Perhaps you've had somebody walk away from you and that's what's left you in this state. Perhaps you're feeling lonely because somebody's left you and that's why you're feeling in this state. Again, it's going to be different for everybody. That will resonate with some people, but not with everybody. The general sense of the energy is what's going on inside your head, that feeling of loneliness, that healing required. And for some of you, it could be controlling. It could have been a controlling situation around you. I don't feel so much that it's a controlling situation. I feel it's more of an isolated feeling. So where I'm pulling in the controlling card here, to me, I really feel strongly the energy of that as you're sitting on that stage by yourself. You feel very isolated and alone in that feeling. Okay, so down the bottom, okay, so we've got success coming up. Now, success is coming up here, but then we've got the card right next to it that is my no card. This is my no card. So if there's something that you've got in your mind, you've come with a question, then the answer is no. It's definitely a no. So it also means that things are not clear. It's called unclear, so it's saying that the situation's not clear. So perhaps the situation, the perspective that you see it from is not clear. It's not the situation the way it really is. So perhaps you need to get some more clarity on what is actually going on around you. Now with the walking away card here that I see here, we've also got the nest change card, and the nest change card can mean somebody leaving the home or somebody coming into the home. But because somebody's walked away, or perhaps you're thinking of walking away and leaving, it's something to do with the home. So the nest change in the home. So either somebody's left, and I feel like it is more of a leaving thing, and I've just got to check in with that because it's a mental battle that you're going on. Perhaps for you it could be, should I go or should I stay? It's like that. It's something to do with you thinking about walking away, which therefore you're leaving the home, or if somebody has left home, and that's what I'm feeling. So it could be I'm getting a loneliness feeling here. So perhaps you've felt lonely in the relationship, and you're thinking about walking away. For others, it could be that somebody has walked away from you or left you in some way, that perhaps they're maybe working away, they're not around you anymore and you're missing them, or if somebody has left you and it's left you feeling very alone, or if somebody has passed away and you're feeling very alone and you're missing their touch or you're missing their connection in some way. You do have the success card though here. We've got the success card. Now what I'm feeling is, again, what I'm feeling from this horse is that you want to just get on this horse and ride. You just want to ride off into the sunset. And that's, that's a beautiful feeling, but it feels like I'm feeling a lot of loneliness here around you, or it's some kind of mind battle going on about a relationship. Should you leave or should you go? Or it's a sense of feeling lonely, but there's some kind of healing required in this situation. There's a healing required because of it. So thank you for joining me, group 2. Group 2? That's group 3. Thank you for joining me, group 3. I will see you again at the end of the week for your express reading.